Hi, Leah, Dr. Leo and Dr. Courtney. Simon here, your previous client. I spoke to Leah this morning. Thanks for the chat earlier. That was great to catch up a little bit. I've really missed you guys. Um, so I've been super busy building up our business, Ellie and I. The good news is I did find that it works really well for chiropractors and other similar services. Leah mentioned on the phone that you guys were using a new website or something for SEO. That's my wheelhouse. So when I received the text message this morning about coming in again, it just reminded me that you guys might want to take a look. So yeah, like I said, I gave Leah a call and I asked her if she thought this video might be a good idea just to check out. It's going to show you a few different things, but yeah, I thought I'd just shoot this video, show you what it might look like, and see if you might be interested even in some service trading or something like that. But yeah, we can talk about that whenever. So to do with the video, I'm going to take a look at your website to see if there's anything you could be doing a little bit differently to improve your ranking on Google and other search engines. We do this because usually once you land on page one of Google for enough different keywords or search phrases, the revenue increase is significant due to the simple fact that your website's going to get found much more often by people with buyer intent keywords looking for your service. And of course, that's going to lead to them giving you more phone calls and booking in more appointments. So it can be substantial growth. So and I'll point that out as we go. So there's a few things that I'm going to point out. I'm going to look at the back end of your website and see what's helping rank it now and what it might be missing. I'm going to share a few tips on the easiest way to go about ranking your website. There's over 200 different things that Google looks at, but there's three ones that we use all the time and it works. Um, and I'm also going to show you what it looks like in terms of that extra traffic that I'm talking about by showing you a couple of your top competitors and what they're receiving from being on page one of Google, and that's going to be fairly eye-opening, I imagine. So first of all, let's have a look at your website. So I have placed in here into a tool we use called Ahrefs, and I'm going to see where you're sitting in Google. And what I want to point out here is volume is searches per month on Google. Traffic is how many clicks you're receiving for that per month, and position is where you're sitting on Google. So right now you're sitting on page one for everything here and up. So you can see it's pretty much all your name. Lara, Super Chiropractic Encinita, so that's good to be on there for that. You're getting 1.6 clicks a month, which isn't much, but it's not a high volume search phrase. And a keyword is basically any search phrase that someone would enter into Google looking for your services, along with a location for these sort of service-based industries. It's obviously not a national service, so the idea is to get as many of these good quality keywords, and be on page one for that, and this traffic starts to boost quite significantly. So if I've got it filtered on position right now, but if I filter it by volume, we can see some of the higher ones, and you may not have them on your website yet. So Chiropractor Encinitas, there we go. That's searched for 250 times per month. You're getting 20 clicks because you're on page one there for on position 5, and that does jump as you get to 3, 2, and 1. As we go through, Life Centre Chiropractic is 150, Chiropractic Encinitas 100. So you can see there that you're on page one for a few good ones, but there's many more that you could look at getting on there for. So what I've done is I'll show you in a second, but the 3 tips that I wanted to share with you were: number 1, content on your website; number 2 is backlinks; and number 3 is citations. And you may have heard of these before, but I'll explain each as I go anyway. Content, what I'm referring to is words and images on your homepage. I love these personalized images. That is always fantastic. The call us button is great. Always good to see that really easily. But Google does like to see at least 1,500 to 2,000 words on a homepage, and then 500 words on each service page. Google stores all of that information, so it's not 1,500 words quite there. Google stores all that information, and it uses it to establish exactly what you're offering, who you are, whereabouts you are, and it also knows then that there's enough wording on there for potential clients who might come along and need to read a little bit before they convert. So super important to have that content in there, and along with probably a few more images to fill it out a little bit as well. But these images are fantastic. I've missed you guys. So that's content on your website. And what I've done is put in Encinitas Chiropractor, and I've chosen the top couple of guys here. That's you guys there. So I chose Lucadia, Chiro, and I chose Chiro SD. No, I chose the joint. And what I want to point out is you're outranking them for this keyword. So that's going to be really eye-opening when I show you these guys, because they're getting quite a few more clicks. But just sticking with content right now, because of it, it's tip number one. They've got quite a bit more content there, but still nowhere near 1,500 words. I'd say maybe 600-700 words max, and not enough images. So if you were to go and get that content on your homepage, already beating them on step one. And you do need to write it so that it's keyword oriented. The more keywords you can get in there without sort of being silly, obviously you're taking the guesswork out of Google as to what you're trying to rank for. If you're trying to rank for chiropractic encinitas, that's what you want to see on your website. So these guys are sort of trying to do that here, chiropractic in encinitas, and that's their keyword. So the more of those you get on there, that's how you start boosting that traffic. So scrolling down, these guys have got a pretty boring website, but they have got a little bit of extra content there. Still not enough. So those top two guys that I've chosen, you could already beat them out in content. That's easy. Okay, number one was content. Number two was backlinks. Now, backlinks, you may know, is anywhere one website refers to another via a clickable link. And these links basically transfer authority from one website to the other. And Google looks at that to basically establish whether that website is trustworthy or not. The more links from other good quality websites, the more trustworthy Google sees you, the more keywords it'll rank you for, and the more traffic onto page one, and then the more traffic that you're going to pick up by being on page one. So backlinks are really important, and they come from referring domains. And what's really important to point out is that they're not all created equal. You need backlinks from other similar industries, whether it be chiropractic or doctor or other health oriented websites, and also that you want other highly rated websites. And if you want to get all three other health websites that are highly rated in San Diego, would be absolutely killer, or even better, Encinitas. But obviously that's not as easy as it sounds, but that's the way to get the best quality backlinks. And what that does is just rank you faster. So it can be quite important. Okay, so that's backlinks for you. Now, if we come along and look at Lucadia Chiro here, now they've only got a few more, but this is important because you're outranking them with DR here, which is domain rating. You've actually got a better domain rating, right? And the reason that they're managing to pull in nearly 330 clicks per month is because they've got their on-page SEO set up better. So that's quite important, meaning they're ranking on page one for more buyer intent keywords. So that's it. That's quite important to note. And then coming through to these guys, this is actually a really big website. So you can see their domain rating is really high because if I were to open this up to not just look at their Encinitas page, they would have thousands of backlinks here. So they've got really good ratings here. But what I'm showing you here is that for this Encinitas page alone is picking up nearly 760 clicks per month, every month. So really, really important to get in these extra keywords because it just grows and grows and grows and grows and grows. And you don't have to stop here. You can keep going and going and going past the 1,000 mark if you wanted to. It all depends on how much work you're willing to sort of put into it to point at all those different keywords and areas and different things like that. So it can be really important. Okay, so that's backlinks. The last thing was citations. Citations are just anywhere your your business name, number, and address are listed as seen on your Google My Business. Now, I know you've got a Google My Business because I saw it earlier when I was searching for your website. To get into this top three, which is absolutely crucial, you need as many of those citations as you can get. And I've got a tool that actually shows me exactly how many of these guys have got so you can beat them and where they've got them so you can get the same ones, because they've already painted you a roadmap to get into the top three of Google here. So you just follow them and then get more and better quality. The other thing is your Google My Business needs to be filled out fully and correctly, which is one thing I see a lot of mistakes being made. And you need to have a competitive amount of reviews. So, this guy's only got 4 and he's managing to be on top. So you can see it's not a perfect science, but it's about getting all those different things together. And this is also a huge help in Google's trust when you've got this in the top 3, and then also obviously adds a boost to your website from that, because Google obviously knows that you're the same business. So really, really important. Now, what I wanted to point out here with these guys was, if you're getting even just 500 calls a month or 300 calls a month, let's go with 300, less than half of the clicks that are coming through to your website, which is probably unlikely. Now, if you could only convert 10% of that, that's still 30 extra clients per month. So that's like worst case scenario. I assume these guys get closer to 500 calls. If you're closing 10%, 50 clients per month. And as I said, you do not need to stop here. If you keep ranking and you keep building on your keywords, this just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So with that, I hope you learned something, and I hope you sort of enjoyed this. I'd love to work with you guys in the future and come see you guys again. So yeah, please feel free to reach out to me, and if not, I'll probably talk to you again, hopefully soon anyway, once I get the funds together to come back in and get some more adjustments. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.